Hi there, good evening. Anyone out there in Facebook land or later in YouTube? And I'll borrow from my friend Nicole. If you're watching this in replay, go ahead and say hi in the replay. You can just hashtag replay and then say hello or that you're on. You know, I was on almost every day last week, and then I completely fell off the planet this week, it seemed. And the cold hit the Northeast, and I really felt like it kind of punched me in the gut on Tuesday. I wonder if anyone else had that feeling. But we've been talking about chores last week. And when I talk about chores, I'm not just talking about household stuff that, you had to check off a list as a kid. I'm just talking about things that when you don't stay on top of them, they become a big problem, a big issue, potentially. And we went over some of the basics of those last week. In that video is also listed in YouTube. And I had some thoughts about chores going through, and I thought I'd recap some of those things, and then we'll move on to chapter 5 in the next couple of days. But overall, I think we all can imagine and entering like an awesome hotel room that's totally clean and ready for us, or just a clean, open workspace. If you've ever experienced an office move, when you first move in, everything's clean and new and shiny. And even for me, when I was in college, going to the library, the spaces were kind of orderly, and I felt like I could focus more on whatever I really had to work on when those spaces were clear. And I think most of us identify with this ability to kind of relax a little bit and focus on the matter at hand when there isn't clutter surrounding us. So that's kind of what this is about. And it's not just physical clutter, although physical clutter is a thing for sure. So I just jotted some things down that came to me after doing the live last week, but other ways that we can kind of stay on top of things to make our life better. And one of them is, as it relates to work, after meeting notes. Do you come out of a meeting and take some notes and do something with them, or they just move immediately on to the next thing? And sometimes we don't have a choice. Sometimes we have to move right into another meeting. But a side note on that, meetings do not have to run a full hour. And some of the world has gotten the memo on that, and some of the world has not gotten the memo on that. So you can schedule meetings for less than an hour. You could schedule meetings for less than 30 minutes even. You do have that option to edit on Outlook. But on top of that, if a company becomes more intentional about scheduling meetings for 50-minute slots, people can be more concise about the way that they spend their time talking, and you could have a little bit of time in between the meetings, maybe even to use the bathroom or do something else you need to do. But one of the things that can be really awesome is just reviewing whatever notes you took, and are there any action items for you, and how are you going to incorporate those into your work going forward. So I consider that a little bit of a chore. You could review the notes at a later time. Are you blocking that into your schedule? That's a little bit of a chore. When are you actually reviewing the notes that you're supposed to be doing something about? How often are you checking your calendar? How often are you clearing your desk at your day's end? I've restarted doing that in the office, and it's really nice to come in to a clear desk, and that means you have to finish your work a little bit earlier or leave later. For me, I'm catching a train, so that means I have to finish up what I'm doing a little bit earlier. So these are some work-ish chores that take 3 minutes, and if you do them all the time, it really can change your experience of when you come in the next day. In terms of household made easy, I do like kind of a neater, cleaner house, although I'm not even as on top of it as I would like to be. And this has no judgment here. Whatever people want to do in terms of their own house is totally up to you, right? Totally up to you. So please don't take any of my suggestions as an excuse to berate yourself or to throw me under the bus, okay? Neither of those is an option here. But one of the things I did to make cleaning the bathroom much easier is, this is so simple, and it's like, just do it for yourself. Buy cleaner for each bathroom. Now, many of us in New England may only have one bathroom, so that's not a big deal. But I now have 3 bathrooms, and I have 2 different cleaning products. So like one to kind of clean the toilet and the sink or whatever, and also Windex under each sink. Now in the in the bathroom downstairs, we don't have an under the sink, and it only occurred to me last week when I was thinking about this that I'm going to put them in the powder room, in the closet for the coat closet, which is right next to that bathroom. Just having them right there, like, takes away that whole, oh, I got to collect all the cleaning crap before I can actually go clean something. The time it actually takes to clean out a toilet bowl, sorry, but I'm just going to say, or clean out your sink. I mean, all told, it's like 3 minutes if everything's ready to go and you just do it. And you could even, like, once a week, just do it when you're in that bathroom. When you're using that bathroom, just take the time to clean it. However frequently you want to. My mom used to clean toilets like daily, I think. I think many of us have different standards. Do it however frequently you want to do it. That's what this is all about. And another thing, chores are easier to maintain if they actually align to something that matters to you. If it doesn't matter to you, don't worry about it. Although, like I said before, some things you kind of need in order to function in life, like clean clothes. I mean, some of that's negotiable, but I think you need clean clothes if you want to show up in public spaces. But a strong desire to be debt-free can lead you to chores around keeping your finances in line, and really kind of checking in on the budget and being sure you're not overspending in certain categories. If you have a very strong desire to be either out of debt or to reach some other financial goal, you've got, sometimes there has to be a strong goal linked to these things. A health goal, you might want to drop medication. You might want to get back into a pair of jeans, something like that. Whatever it is, that desire has to outweigh your, intolerance for doing the thing that you have to do in order to make that thing happen, right? The more you automate, the easier it is to execute on any of these things. Like I said, having the cleaner in every bathroom can really help. Having a place to put things. This is where kids struggle so much, is that they don't have spaces for all the crap they're bringing home. So one of the options there is to stop bringing home so much crap, and the other one is to really have them think about where they would actually keep something. I'm thinking about that all the time when I'm going to make a purchase. It's like, where is this going to live? Am I going to use this once a year and I'm going to have to move it like 50 times a year because it's in the way every time I want to get to something else? That is not the way I want to live my life. I'd rather just have items that I actually use on a regular basis and then deal with, the once a year type of item. What else do I have here? And, systems in place just in general to help keep you moving forward in the directions that make sense for you. For me, at the end of a busy, stressful day, I do not want to get home to a house that makes me feel more stressed. So that is incentive enough to work on something that is important and meaningful to me. These are underlying things that can really help to elevate. And I really believe that the people who have seen a ton of success have figured this one out. And they probably don't even think about it or get mad about it. They just kind of do it. Or maybe they've gotten to the point where they hire people to take care of these things for them. But anyway, I hope everyone is doing really well and having a great week. And I'll see you soon and often over the next few days. Good night.